What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a heart's desire reading for the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius, this is literally my third attempt trying to do your video today. Okay, so many energies. I've just been it having a very weird day. Okay, but we're going to try and get past this as much as possible. Okay. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Um, Again, I don't know if it's just Sagittarius energy, possibly the collective, or Sagittarius placements, but it has been a true struggle to do your reading today. And you guys are first. So it's not like I could skip a sign. I don't like to do that. I like to go in the order in which the signs come out when I pick the signs. Okay. So if I can't get one done, the which you guys are first, then nobody gets done. So this is the third attempt to get your reading done. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. All right. One from the top is for your present energy. One from the bottom is for your past energy. And then one from the middle, energetically from the middle, all right, is for your, and I'm about to lose a card that I want, is for your future energy, okay? So, and we'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily for the overall outcome, okay? Hopefully you guys are familiar with Mystic Monday's deck and the Heart's Desire reading, okay? One of my favorite ones to do, so that's also kind of like a little bit frustrating today too. So let's see what's going on with you guys, Sagittarius. So we have the Ace of Swords in your present. We have the Emperor in your past, okay? And we have the King of Swords in the present, okay? I mean, not in the present, in the future, okay? Future energy, okay? So, this Ace of Swords being in your present, okay, there is some forthcoming truth, okay? The way this is, sitting up here, it's away from everything else, but it's basically saying, this is a very passionate communication, okay, of honesty and truth, okay, and possibly wisdom, all right. As you can see, the King of Swords is, towards the end of the reading in your future placement. So there's got to be some form of truth coming out presently, okay, or something being handed to you, okay. The sword is being passed on, all right, in a sense, is what I'm feeling. In the past energy, we have the Emperor, okay. Um, I feel as though, Sagittarius, this isn't you, okay. I think this is someone of high regard, okay. You're talking about like a boss or something like that, okay. And so it could be some form of maybe presently you're, requesting something, or maybe following up on something, maybe with your supervisor, as far as, maybe a raise or whatever the case may be. For some of you, it could be asking a blessing from someone, okay? Maybe in the past you asked for someone's blessing, okay? And maybe you haven't gotten that answer yet, or someone presently is about to give you that answer. You're about to have that conversation, okay? We do have in the future placement, future energy is the King of Swords, okay? Future energy, you are going to be called on to really speak more or elaborate on your decisions, okay, or your feelings. Definitely coming out with some kind of truth, okay. King of Swords is the highest of the suits underneath the Ace of Swords, okay. And so someone is passing on the torch to you in a sense, okay. Like I said, the way this Ace of Swords is facing this way, towards this way, is talking about passing something on, okay? And so it is now your turn to take over, okay? So it's possible that you are going to get that okay if it's in reference to a job, if it's in reference to maybe taking someone's hand, okay, someone's daughter, so to speak. They are passing the baton to you. They approve of you, okay? So, that being said, let's look at the bottom of the deck to see what the overall outcome is. And we have the Empress, okay? The Empress, okay? So, for some of you, now the Empress usually with me is the counterpart to the Emperor, okay? In some regard, this is talking about getting approval, possibly from family, okay, for some of you. Others of you, the Empress is your counterpart, your person, okay? And so you are trying to obtain your Empress, okay? Your goddess, if you will, okay? Others of you, it could be trying to convince someone's mother, okay? You need the approval of another, okay? Sorry, y'all. One thing I can't stand is like gnats. Whenever you open the door, and it's summer, so gnats is out here just, robbing people. Nonetheless, okay, there's robbing people's houses, just coming in unannounced. I can't stand that. Nonetheless, uh, you are trying to possibly get the approval of another. If you can't get it from the father, you're going to be getting it from the mother, okay? In a traditional sense, okay? But for others of you, I think it's just based on getting the approval of one, and gaining your person, okay? But you do get your person, okay? I feel strongly that that is the scenario here, is getting the approval of someone's father, so that way you can obtain your Mrs. or Mr., okay? Whatever the case may be, tomato, tomato, I don't judge, okay? Get in where you fit in. Now, let's get into the muse. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the muse 3 times. We are using the muse deck to clarify, okay, the energy of the Mystic Mondays and see if there's anything else that needs to be relayed, okay? So we have one more shuffle here, and then we'll cut 3 times before we do the same. Okay. All right, so we'll do the same, one from the top for the Ace of Swords, one from the bottom for the Emperor, and then one energetically from the middle for the King of Swords. Okay. So, and I don't know why I put that way over there. We'll flip the bottom of the deck over momentarily to see what will clarify the Empress, okay? So we have the Seven of Materials, the Star, and the Fool. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's get started here with this first energy, okay, of your present. Seven of Materials, clarifying the Ace of Swords, okay. Something, like I said, you are asking something of someone, okay, you've been, or again, like if it's in reference to, for some of you, it could be in reference to a career, but for most of you, I believe that it's love, okay? Based off of your last reading from last month. You guys were in the zodiac lineup the last week before I went on break, okay? Um, and I won't burst anybody's bubble just in case someone's cross watching. But right now, presently, you are coming to terms with truth of your relationship with someone. Okay, Seven of Materials is talking about investment. Okay, this person is pretty much tending to a garden here, okay, of roses, okay. And so Seven of Materials is Seven of Pentacles, which is always talking about longevity, history, things of that nature, okay. Something of worth that is finally ready to meet maturity and ready to harvest. And so that is where you are currently right now, okay. You have made a firm decision that you want to continue to invest in this relationship, okay, and take it to the next level, all right. So let's move on to the past energy. Past energy is the Emperor being clarified by the Star, okay. The Emperor being clarified by the Star. I feel as though, like I said in the past, you had to bypass someone, okay, possibly a father figure, okay, and it possibly was, again, traditionally, you're asking for, someone's hand in marriage. You usually go to the father or the parents, but primarily the father, and asks for the daughter's hand, okay? So you are a traditionalist in a sense, Sagittarius, and so you obviously want to do this, and wanted to do this in the past, and possibly had talked to the father about it prior. And so not sure whether or not if the father, being very protective of their daughter, of course, possibly will drill you or did drill you in the past, okay? But like I said, I feel as though you do get that approval, okay? Because we have the future placement of King of Swords with the Fool, okay? So taking a leap of faith, okay? Or there's a possibility for some of you Sagittarius, the father is not available. You can't do the traditional way, and so you are taking a leap of faith, okay? And just being direct with your advances, okay? The Fool is always talking about taking a leap of faith. Sorry, okay? So for some of you, maybe that father figure is not available. Sometimes you can maybe go through an uncle, if you are really determined to get approval. I, of course, me personally, I don't really like to, throw my stance in there, not all the time, but sometimes. In my personal opinion, this is, the 20th century, 21st century we're going into. And so it is okay to sometimes not do things the traditional way, and sometimes you have to kind of adjust, okay, to certain things. And so, like I said, there may not be a father figure available for you to ask for permission. If there's a mother available, you may be able to go through a mother in a sense. But if you don't want to, me personally, I feel as though, you know, while it's, what's the word? Again, traditional but respectable. It is respectable that you would want to do things the traditional way, but some things can't always be done traditionally. Okay? And so at the end of the day, it really is up to your person, that they, accept your, because you're asking for their hand. Okay? And in marrying them, you do gain an extended family, and of course, you do want to see eye to eye, and you want to be accepted by them, but you have to kind of get past that and focus on your person. Okay? So that's just my personal opinion, but do as you may. All right? So that being said, let's turn the bottom of the deck over so we can clarify the Empress. Okay, the Empress is here with the Queen of Voices. Okay, Empress with the Queen of Voices. Okay, Queen of Voices is the Queen of Swords in this deck. Okay, and so up underneath is the Six of Pentacles. Up underneath the Empress, I just had to peek. Okay, so there is some sharing going on, all right, of not just materialistic things, but matching, in a sense, your person's worth or value. Okay, this Queen of Voices being here is possibly someone else stating an opinion of the situation. Okay, like I said, possibly another parent going through their mother, possibly, and you're gaining a mother-in-law instead of, a father-in-law. It's not the normal dynamic that you would want to have. The Queen of Voices, if it's not in reference to your person's mother, it could be a sense of a dynamic between your person and their mother, possibly, where it will be a conversation that is just like I stated. It is your relationship. You don't really need the approval of anyone. You already have the approval of your person. Okay, and that's kind of where you should be. All right, for some of you, your person may voice some opinions about something, but I really don't feel like it. I think it will be more so a situation between the mother and their person and your person. Okay, so kind of let that be. Don't try to, because it could be just a dynamic between them, but that is what you're gaining. Okay, um, as the overall outcome from what I see. Okay, there is no fatherly figure around. It is just the mother now. Okay, so that being said, we're going to go into the Heart's Oracle to get your final advice. Okay, I'm going to shuffle 3 times. Again, my brain is so foggy right now. My third eye is just so foggy. So this is, particular to possibly a small few of Sagittariuses or placements. Okay, so we have one more shuffle, I believe, after this. If I shuffled more than 3 times, it's okay. So there we go. We're going to go ahead and cut. And let's refer to the bottom of the deck for your card, Sagittarius. Confront. Confront. Number 18, equaling out to 9, talking about the wrap up, a completion. Okay. in a positive sense, okay? It's time to confront something, okay? Something that you've possibly been avoiding, okay? You have not done anything yet, nothing has been done, all right? You only have the responsibility of confronting your person, okay? Um, Eventually, yes, their parent, their mother, okay, your possible mother-in-law, okay, um, but do things in a mature sense. As you can see here, Sagittarius, there is a shadow, okay? So it could be confronting your fears, okay? As this shadow is, standing in a doorway where it's like night and day, okay? And so it's time to confront those fears, okay? There could be fear of rejection or of approval from the mother-in-law if you choose to still go through the traditional sense. Um, you could be worried about the mother-in-law giving negative advice to your person, okay? Um, there's so many different probabilities, okay? We're not going to touch on all of them, but those are just a few, okay? Let's go ahead and refer to the book as we're at 2121 for you guys, okay? Number 18. Let's see here. On page 65. Okay. And I'm just going to hold this up for you guys. Believe and succeed is underneath, okay? But let's focus on confront. It says your keywords are fear, question, explore, courage, illusion, clarity. Introspection and clarity are important at this time. Feelings that have lain dormant are now coming to the surface. They have been a part of your subconscious for some time. They're referred to as your shadow self and represent all of your fears and delusions regarding matters of the heart. You may have concerns about examining these issues, but know that when an issue rises to the surface, it is ready to be faced and healed. Have the courage to acknowledge and confront these newly emerging feelings. Look at them from all sides and try to determine where they came from first, okay? When and how were they planted in your subconscious? Question the validity of these feelings. Often they were based on your childhood imagination and are no more than illusions. They're not appropriate for your adult relationships, yet they persist. They're not based on reality, but they're powerful influences and can affect your relationships in major ways. They can even prevent a romantic relationship from manifesting. Have the courage to explore your beliefs and misconceptions about love. You may find that these emerging feelings are based not only on your limited perceptions, but also on what you actually saw or experienced as a child. Now, know that whatever your reality was then, it does not have to be your reality now. You are no longer that person. Examine these feelings and gain clarity on who you are and what is true for you regarding your relationships. Your affirmation is I examine my feelings about relationships and release what is no longer my truth. Your archetype here is the moon, okay? So, there could be a very deep misconception from your childhood. As you see, the shadow is a child, okay? And your physical body is here is the adult self, okay? So you have to do that shadow work and confront those fears from childhood and misconceptions that you've kind of maybe gained as, you know, some type of habit from watching others, okay? Like I mentioned, being a traditionalist, things of that nature, okay? Maybe something you've done in the past, you're no longer that person anymore, and you have, you know, grown up and matured, and maybe, you know, that may be a worry for your person as well, okay? If it's not in reference to a mother-in-law, I get that for some, but not a lot, okay? So this Queen of Voices could be your person just asking a lot of questions, okay, about how things will be different, okay? And again, if that is your plan presently of, you know, taking the relationship to a higher level of commitment, be prepared for those questions, okay? Let's get into the power of surrender, which is your final message of support. So we can wrap you guys up. You're already at 2550 in your reading. So we'll have, this is the second shuffle, and we'll refer to the bottom card for you guys. Final message of support for Sagittarius. Final message of support for Sagittarius. Okay, so, oh, almost forgot, we need to cut. Okay, and so at the bottom of the deck, Sagittarius, we have surrender to joy. Okay, surrender to joy. It says, a key to positive change in your life is to let joy in and savor it. Indulge in random acts of smiling. During both the hard and easy times, keep surrendering to more joy. Okay, you do have this Fool here. Okay, you do have the Fool, and it's talking about, you know, taking that leap of faith, you know, having joy in your heart, being happy, being fulfilled. Okay, and just remembering why, you know, you're doing this. Okay, again, I cannot stress enough, monthly manifestation readings on my playlist on my channel, okay, would definitely help you. There is another, you know, message there for you, Sagittarius, okay? But nonetheless, that is all that I have for you guys today, okay? We have 2 more readings this week. Hopefully it will not be as rough as this one, okay? Of course, you guys are now at super extended level, but hopefully you made it all the way through this reading. I truly do appreciate you for watching your reading and being a part of my channel. But until next time, Sagittarius, peace.